Let's start with what is ocean acidification?
Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere dissolves into the ocean. And as we add more and more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere through our daily activities, we inadvertently add more carbon dioxide to the ocean. This causes stress for animals, particularly young stages, small stages, and those animals that form shells.
So specifically when it comes to animals that form shells, we have a big oyster industry, for instance, in Washington. How does this affect specifically those creatures?
What we see in the young stages especially is that the animals have a harder time building their shells when they're small, and so they can die outright or they can grow much more slowly.
Does it have any effect on algae? We hear constantly toxic algae issues.
Evidence from the laboratory suggests that ocean acidification makes toxic algae more toxic, and it makes those algae grow more quickly.
There's a lot of concern about the southern resident killer whales facing extinction, governor's task force racing to try to figure out a way to save them. Does this tie into their plight?
We don't know that ocean acidification directly influences killer whale health, but we do know that ocean acidification can modify the amount of food that's available. Ocean acidification can affect salmon by influencing their ability to smell. And so they're under ocean acidification conditions, they're less able to smell their predators, and they may be less able to smell their home streams.
So where's the hope?
So we're learning rapidly about the causes and the consequences of ocean acidification, and that should help us address some of the consequences. I see a great deal of hope in the younger generation, in the students. The students have an enormous amount of talent and an equal amount of commitment to solving these grand challenges.